Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome back to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. Sunday morning, not a catch-up show, just a Sunday morning show. Words fail me, words fail me, words fail me. Yes, if you don't already know, where have you been? Where have you been? Did you not see the game yesterday? Well, I tell you what, I missed the first 15 minutes, and boy, am I glad I did so. Am I glad? But was it painful? Not for me. It was just I've just become numb to the performance and the team selection. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. Don't worry. But anyway, guys, welcome back to Cannon Fodder on the Sunday morning show. I've been out early doors. Yeah, just words fail me. Words fail me. But you know what? We get into this one on the other side of this music intro. I'm still smiling. Indeed, indeed. Welcome back to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. It's a Sunday morning show, not a catch-up, not a catch-up. I'm sorry because my brother's not here. But yeah, just if you can lend me your ears for the next 45 minutes, see how quickly we can get through the aftermath of the game, Man City. But before we get into that, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification button, so you can receive almost all the latest news right here, right now on Cannon Fodder TV. Shall we get into it? Shall we get into it? First up, I've got to say, I didn't see the first 10-15 minutes. I had some problems with the screen that I kind of found. I had some problems with it. But anyway, if you guys don't already know, yeah, Arsenal lost. Was it 3-0? No. Was it 4-0? No. Was it 5? It was 5-0. It's 5-0. And boy, what are some real eye openers before even the ball was, kick off. We saw a team selection that included a player who we thought that he would have been sold. Said Kolasinac featured as a centre back yesterday against Man City. So I'm really scratching my head. I'm thinking, right, yeah, what are you doing, Arteta? And the midfielder who has been one of the best midfielders over the last 2 games didn't start. Who am I talking about? Lokonga. Lokonga wasn't even a starting 11. He was on the bench, didn't get any minutes. So I'm still scratching my head. I'm thinking, Mikel Arteta, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you trying to get yourself sacked? Because I'm thinking you're pressing. To me, it seems like you're pressing the self-destruct button. The West Bromwich Albion game brought some confidence back to the 11. Then I put out the question, would you have liked to have seen the same 11 play against Man City? But listen, there was no way that we were going to beat Man City. No way. But I thought at least we would have registered a goal. I have never seen Arsenal prop up the league. We are currently at the bottom of the Premier League. And I think it's the first time we've not won. We've lost all our 3 games in how many years? 60 odd years and counting. But this one, Arteta, this lands squarely at your door. At your door. And fast forwards, Granit Xhaka, 2-foot lunge, straight red. But that wasn't the, how can I say, the straw that broke the camel's back. That didn't do it for me. The team selection, the fact that we lost 5-0, the red card. You know what really made me angry was to see Mikel Arteta remonstrating with Steve Brown, his number 2, and then getting up and actually tapping Granit Xhaka on the back as he walked off after receiving his red card. That really just riled me up. So what kind of signal are you trying to send to Granit Xhaka? Oh dear. Oh dear, you got sent off. Oh my goodness, I'm very sorry. It wasn't a red card. Do I want a manager like that doing that action to a player who's just been red carded? Now, there's no doubt the damage had been done before Granit Xhaka got sent off. We were 6s and 7s. We were terrible out of possession. When we were in possession of the ball, we couldn't, string like 10 passes together. Not one shot on goal. So there's no doubt we were clean out of sight before Granit Xhaka got sent off. No doubt. No one can have any arguments about that. But you must make sure that you're sending the right message. There has to be consequences, Mikel Arteta. And tapping someone on the back, that sends the wrong signal. The wrong signal. And I couldn't actually find that photo there, but I found, literally, you can see it in this photo here. He's about to reach for Xhaka's backside to tap him. Oh, there. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I'm very sorry. He got sent off. So it strains even a person like me who has said, I'm going to remain with that message there, that I'm not Arteta in, I'm not Arteta out. It strains even my opinion there. Because I said for the longest time, I didn't want Unai Emery to be sacked. But when you see a manager, cannot keep the same 11. Cannot keep the same 11. And worse still, playing Saïd Kolasinac. And worse still, Albert Samuel Lokonga didn't get any minutes. And worse still, tapping a player who'd just been sent off. For how many times? When are we go? Well, I've learned the lesson. But when is Arteta going to learn the lesson? I've just been watching another podcast. I'm not going to mention her name, but he was saying that if Arsenal were to sack Mikel Arteta as of today, Sunday morning, he can have no complaints. There can be no complaints. Where are we? The bottom of the Premier League. 9 goals against, none scored. He can have no complaints. No complaints at all. I mean, I haven't even read the report here. Do I need to read this report here? I mean, I was going to talk about Alan Shearer, says that he claims that Mikel Arteta will be raging at one Arsenal player now. Well, he won't be raging, Alan Shearer, because you can see what he did as the player just walked off the pitch. Oh dear, Granit Xhaka. Oh, poor thing. Oh yeah, I disagree. You got sent off. The young players, what must they be thinking? Bukayo Saka, Emma Smith Rowe, our own players who came through the academy, what must they be thinking? Again, do I have to read the reports? I don't think I do. I don't think I do. Yeah. It's again, I didn't see the first. I didn't even bother to see the match of the day, or even go to and run to YouTube to say, I missed the 10-15 minutes. How did they score the goal? And we've heard like they weren't tracking the runners, the defense, and there was like a fraying arm in Chambers' face. We were always going to lose that game against Man City, because when was the last time we beat them in the Premier League? I can't remember. These are dark days for Arsenal. These are dark days, and even again, it pushes me to the limit, because I'm thinking, I want to try and remain positive. But listen, again, I will deliver the way I see it from my perspective, and I will keep it real as much as I can, as possible. But Mikel Arteta, again, it's like he's trying to press the self-destruct button. There was no Pepe. Pepe didn't play because he was feeling unwell. As far as I know, there's not COVID related. I understand that you can't play a player who's sick. But you want to try and keep almost the same 11 that got you the win against West Bromwich Albion. Why wouldn't you? Why would you not want to do that? And then he chops and changes again. That becomes the overthinking things. I, I don't know. I really don't know. And so I do really feel sorry for Emma Smith Rowe, Bukayo Saka, and Tierney as well. You know, who almost got again out injured. A couple of serious tackles, silly tackles in it. You know, at some point you want the players have to assume the responsibility, because once they cross the white line, that's it. It's down to you. You know, I might say, oh, you know, remember what we spoke about? Come on. But there's no need for me to be shouting at the players, because I would have prepared the players for the game against Man City. I didn't see the Liverpool versus Chelsea game, but Chelsea went down to 10 men and they eked out 1 point, 1-1 draw. Not good enough. Not good enough. Is this the worst I've seen Arsenal? I have to hold my hand up and say, this is the worst I've seen Arsenal. I've been supporting Arsenal for a long time. Since 1976, 77. The first manager I saw was Terry Neal. Yeah, you know, he got us, you know, the FA Cup final, you know, because from 71 to 79, we didn't win anything. Those were barren years there. And I've seen some stuff going on in the 80s, but I've never seen Arsenal propping up the bottom of a league in my lifetime of supporting Arsenal. I've never seen it this bad. And so, again, Mikel Arteta can have no complaints if he gets the call to the boardroom and say, actually, you know what, Mikel Arteta, we want to give you the golden handshake, but it's not going to happen. We're going to show you the door and said, you have to go. He can have no complaints. No complaints at all. Absolutely abysmal. Again, the players look lost. They're not working together as a team. Look terrible, out of possession, no passion, no motivation, no leadership. I could go on and on and on and on, but I won't. Absolutely abysmal. Clueless. Clueless. Wow, my goodness. There was more I want to say about that, but I mean, to be honest, to me, this photo here, if we didn't know what was going on, you'd probably think that, you know, Arteta's going to reach for the coach's hand. But no, I couldn't find a photo where he's tapping Xhaka on the backside. And that's like to comfort or congratulate a player. That's what it's supposed to be about. There's nothing to congratulate Granit Xhaka about. This, you know, how can I say this? This just reflects everything that is wrong at Arsenal. These two people, the manager and the player that he decided to give a 1-year contract extension to, tells you everything you know that is wrong at Arsenal. A player that should never have played for Arsenal again after he did what he did, remember? A manager who is inexperienced. I mean, I don't know, does Arteta know what day it is today? Does he know whether he's coming or going? What does he talk about in the training? What does he talk about? I don't feed into this stuff about, you know, oh, you know, look at the footage. You know, these players are now coming back. These players are in training. Things are, life is wonderful at Arsenal. Life is not wonderful at Arsenal. Life is not wonderful at Arsenal. I've heard that Aubameyang is going to have a meeting with the players. And so everything can get spoken about, you know, out in the open. And the first thing I'm probably thinking about, the first thing I'll be thinking is players will be saying, why are you still here? You shouldn't be here. You don't deserve to be at Arsenal. Maybe there might be some fisticuffs. Maybe it's going to probably take that. But the power should and will always emit from the manager's office. And the manager, listen, it starts there and it ends there. But for me, the photo here of Arteta about to tap Granit Xhaka on the backside, for me, you know, epitomizes everything, almost everything that is wrong at Arsenal. Absolutely ridiculous. Unforgivable. Terrible. Oh my goodness. Pushing people to their limits, man. Again, Arteta, you can have no complaints if Arsenal and the board they got the call from Kroenke, whether he's watching or not. No, I don't think he cares. And they say, actually, you know what? Enough is enough. You can have no complaints. And again, I didn't listen to the audio. I didn't watch the video. The video of his press conference was running, and I had the subtitles up. And he was saying something about we have to look ourselves in the mirror. We have to look ourselves in the mirror. Arteta, first and foremost, you have to look yourself in the mirror and try and rationalize why would you choose Saeed Kolasinac? Why? Pablo Mari, he's only going to face Romelu Lukaku one more time. There's no player like Romelu Lukaku. So why did you not play him? You're just destroying the player's confidence. Stick with the same 11, all barring injuries or illnesses. Again, and this is why I say to a lot of you that Joe Willock would have played maybe one game, maybe the Brentford game, and then he would have been out the Chelsea game. Maybe he would have been back for the Man City game. That's no good for any player. Inconsistency. Players don't want that. They want to know that they're going to be if they have proved and got the points and got the win, why would you want to drop them for the next game? Why would you do that? So the players need consistency. Joe Willock, you're better off out of it, man. You're better off out. Although you didn't score yesterday, did you? For Newcastle. But it just, I wouldn't like to be in Mikel Arteta's mind at this moment in time. I don't need to. I can just see his decision making, his inexperience has just been laid bare, for everyone to see. That is absolutely clear for everyone. But guys, don't try and make this out to be, oh, you know what, we've got to give him more time. Oh, the squad is quite good. Oh, we're doing great things. No, we're not. We finished last season in 8th place. Why? Because we are a mid-table team. Last season, before that, where did we finish? 8th. Why? Because we are a mid-table team. We're not going to be, challenging for the top 4. We don't deserve to be in top 4. Right now, I tell you, if we're at the bottom, that's where we deserve to be. We deserve to be at that point there. And anyone who tell you something different is just, fooling themselves. But don't try and fool me. I've seen some stuff at Arsenal. Supporting Arsenal since 1976, 77. Not good enough. And Arteta can have no complaints. Again, I'm not saying, Arteta out. That is down to the board. But he can have no complaints if he were to get the call now. Come on, Arteta, we need to have a meeting with you now. And he probably know, actually, you know what? My time's up. My time is up. He can have no complaints. The stats, the table does not lie. Doesn't lie. 3 losses, 9 goals against, none scored. Not one shot on goal yesterday. Not one shot on goal. And what are the youngsters thinking? Goodness. I signed a contract essentially for this. For this rubbish. You've got to fear for the youngsters now. Are they going to want to stay long-term at Arsenal? It's just not good enough. Absolutely not good enough. Anyway, I was just thinking, what's the second part of my goodness. Well, I guess if there's a little shining light of a glimmer of hope or whatever you want to call it, I don't know, man. I know this guy is actually on the verge of leaving. Yeah, well, yeah, there's something about taking a pay cut or something. But Willian's exit, Arteta has confirmed that the 33-year Brazilian has held talks with the Corinthians over a move that would see him return to his home country. We are having some conversations with him and the agent, and we are evaluating the position that we are at the moment. The boss told the press. So yeah, there's a little shining, light, a little positivity there that Willian, we will not see him play for Arsenal again. He's going back to his country of birth, Brazil, to play for Corinthians. But yeah, it's. Look, I took this photo and text photo. I chose this photo. He's probably thinking, I don't care whether I stay or I go. Don't really care. But I just can't get over the fact that the starting 11, and I tell you what, it's probably a blessing in disguise. I'm not sure if who my moderators are for the morning, but with Granit Xhaka now out, that's 3-match bans or 2-match ban, whatever it is. In surely will step Mohamed Elneny. I know he's limited in his ability, but he gives you that consistent performance there, and he will run his guts out. And don't forget, he scores disgusting goals. Absolutely disgusting goals. That's the only goals he scores. Disgusting goals. Yeah, I said it. Go and tell your mum and your dad that I said it on Canon 4 TV. Yeah. In steps Mohamed Elneny, who should not have been dropped anyway. What else do we have for you, lovely people? Oops, what's happened there? Let's have a look. Yeah, guys, I did prepare. I did prepare. It's just I've just been trying to figure out how am I going to deliver. What am I going to really talk about? I was thinking, goodness, I don't know, man. I don't know. The other bit of information was in regards to Thomas Partey. Apparently, Thomas Partey, again, this is a bit of a good news for you. Thomas Partey is back in training. Yes, yeah. Would a Thomas Partey would have made any difference yesterday? Wouldn't have made any difference. Would not have made any difference. I mean, yeah, to be honest, not a lot of teams can get a win at the Etihad against Man City. So, it was on the cards that Arsenal were going to lose. I couldn't see where Arsenal were going to win. But Odegaard, what happened to Odegaard? Smith Rowe, Saka had to be subbed off. Laka came on. The example is train, drill the players, prepare them. If we go down to 10 men, what is the plan B? What is the plan C? I mean, plan A hasn't been working for 18 months, Mikel Arteta. You've got to come with something. Time is running out for you, my friends. Time is running out. Overthinking, evaluating things. Your starting point has to be keep the same 11. Keep the same 11, please. Give them a chance. But they're probably thinking, oh, right, I know in my mind, I give it all the best, we win, but I'm probably going to be dropped for the next game. You don't instill confidence to the players. But yeah, Thomas Partey is back in training. Some people on Twitter say, our saviour is about to come back. Thomas Partey is not our saviour, man. He's not our saviour. You can't heap all that responsibility on his shoulders, man. It's a team game. From the goalkeeper, the goalkeepers, maybe Ramsdale might want to think about coming in, right to the strikers, or from the strikers all the way to the goalkeeper. It's a team game. Not one player can make that difference. Because if that were true, Orwell would have scored at least, a handful of goals. Yeah, the 2.5 games he's had in the Premier League. You can't rely on just one player. Absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous. And actually, I'm talking because I forgot to get the photo. I forgot to get the photo of Thomas Partey. But anyway, that's another positivity there. So we go into international break. An international break, and I'm sure after the must be thinking, oh my goodness, thank goodness. Yeah, give me more time to stay at Arsenal. Yeah, destroy Arsenal. You know what? The board members, they would have forgotten about those last 3 games. Just give me an international break, and yeah, I can do more destruction at Arsenal. You have to laugh. You have to laugh, otherwise you cry, man. But Mikel Arteta, it's the thing is, you cannot be surprised. You cannot be surprised with what's been happening over the last 18 months because we have an inexperienced manager. You can't be surprised. What am I looking for? What am I? Oh, yeah, I'm looking for. Do I really need to show this? Okay, I guess I will. So we're going to the international break, and there is. Where are we? Where are we? We'll have a quick look at this. I mean, I'm sure you guys already know anyway. So August fixtures is done. It's finished. Up steps after the international break, Norwich City. And I tell you what, Arteta, if you can't get a win there, you can't get a win against Norwich City. If you last that long between today and was it September 11th, we're playing at home, doesn't matter. It does not matter. I mean, I'm sure a lot of the guys, the fans, will be baying for your blood, man, at the Emirates. If you cannot get a win against Pookie, the striker in Norwich City, well, you know what, just down tools anyway. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, so September is Norwich at home, Burnley away. That's going to be a tough one. And Denmark down the road at home. Just to think, Spurs are playing today, aren't they? I think if they were to win today, where do they go? They go top. The polar opposites: North, top Premier League, South, bottom of the league, Arsenal. Who would have ever thought that? I tell you what, if my dad was alive now, he'd probably be thinking, oh, you know what? He probably would have thrown another can of beer, because my dad used to love throwing can of beers when we were like FA Cup finals or winning. But I think he probably would have thrown it at somebody. I would have thrown it at my head. Hey, Alex, duck! I'm going to get the frustration out my mind. Hey, take this, Alex. All right, Dad. All right, Dad. What must my dad be thinking? Oh, may he so rest in peace. Dad, oh, my goodness, Dad. Dear. So, we still haven't finished yet. We're still running for 27, 28 minutes. I haven't finished doing my comments here on the segments on Canal 4 TV. One more. I've seen the interview with Mr. Ornstein and Jack Wilshere. Oh, my goodness. Is it a heart wrencher? No, it's not. It's just, again, the realization that a footballer's career can be ended very, very quickly. Age 29, plagued by injuries. And he says it himself in the interview. Go on YouTube and you'll see the interview. It's a wonderful interview. He said himself that he should have thought first before getting on the phone to his agent after speaking to Unai Emery, because Unai Emery said to him, look, Jack, there is a contract on the table for you, but I can't guarantee you game time. And he said that he was furious when he left Unai Emery's office. Got on the phone to his agent and said, you know what? We need to look for a way out. But he said, if only he had taken a moment, a day or a week, just to reflect on it rather than just responding. And he said he regretted leaving Arsenal. He regrets leaving Arsenal. And actually, I said yesterday, could he not think about maybe moving abroad? But remember, he's got a family. But he says there that he might have to do that. He might go abroad just to kind of salvage his career. But I tell you what, I do feel sorry for him. Could there be a place for Jack Wilshere at Arsenal playing? No. Arsenal have moved on. We need to move on from him. And David Ornstein does say to him, do you think I think he's trying to say, have you been blacklisted from the clubs in the UK? So, well, I don't think it's that. I think it's just they're probably looking at my injury record and probably thinking maybe it might be a risk, too much to take. But he says he regrets leaving Arsenal. How many players have said the same thing, that they regret leaving Arsenal? Jack Wilshere, I do feel for him. I do feel for him, but yeah, there's some tough decisions for him to make. It's easy for me to say this, but I would be looking to go abroad. Like he says there, you know, start afresh, you know, in a new country, maybe Spain or maybe Italy, but start afresh, you know, maybe where the physicality is not so great. Yeah, yeah, Jack Wilshere, man. I feel sorry for him. I really do feel sorry for him. So guys, again, I can see the live chat is just gone off. It's just lit, man. Lit up. You people are just crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, God, dearie me. Mikel Arteta, I just thinking, what are you thinking, man? What are you thinking? The 11 was like a mismatch of something. Keep it consistent. Stop trying to. I don't even know what to say. You are the Tinkerman. That is without a shadow of a doubt. You are inexperienced, but stop trying to. I don't even know what you're trying to do. I don't think even you know what you're trying to do. No Pablo Mari, no Albert, Samuel Lokonga. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Try and keep the same 11. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll go into the live chat. I can see so many comments in the live chat, but yes, I know a lot of you are feeling absolutely furious with the game yesterday, but there was no way we were going to win against Man City. But what I would have liked to have seen is more grit, more fight. Again, reverting to a plan B, right? We're down to 10 men. Remember, we've trained for this. We're all going to fight for this. I didn't see that yesterday. I didn't see it. I remember I saw from the 15th minute, not good enough. Not good enough, Mikel Arteta. Trying to, sabotage. Are you trying to sabotage? Do you want to get sacked? If you want to get sacked, then just walk away from the job. Salvage some pride. Actually, they say the fall becomes before pride comes before the fall. So you know what? Just humble yourself. If you're feeling that the job is too big enough for you, then just walk away from the job. Just walk away from it. Anyway, like I said, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll go into the live chat, and yeah, it's going to be a tough one because I know a lot of you are quite angry seeing Arsenal lose without any fight. 5-0. 5-0, and seeing a manager just tapping the centre of Granit Xhaka's backside. You don't want your manager doing that. You don't need to be You don't need to be. You don't need to be doing that. Let him walk off. You could actually remonstrate. You could. Don't maintain any eye contact. Just let him walk off and deal with him when you get inside. But that photo of him tapping Granit Xhaka, oh dear Granit Xhaka, oh, I'm very sorry, sends up the completely wrong signals there. Anyway, let's go into the break. Go and get yourself something strong to drink. And when we come back, we're going to the live chat. Okay, so we're back. We're back. I hope you enjoyed that little break there. Get yourself some refreshments. Keep it soft. Soft refreshments. No alcoholic stuff. Let's go into live chat for the first time on this morning show. Jack Williams, welcome back, my friend. Says I'm sorry, but no one can defend Arteta anymore. Along with Edu and Vinay, he needs to be sacked either today before deadline day or during the international break. This cannot continue. Congratulations, actually, morning, Ashley, one of our moderators on the morning show. Congratulations to Arteta, taking us from the Invincibles to the first-time bottom of the league, something that now we will always be remembered for. I've said what I had to say, to be honest. I've had what I had to say. North Bank Highbury says his arrogance is the most annoying thing about this man. What does he truly know? He can play a certain style. If your player's style, that style suits that style. Our players need to use their power for change now. I don't know. But I don't want to get in that realm when we've got player power. North Bank. I understand what you mean because you've reached the pinnacle of your frustration, but I don't want player power to be tinkering and actually the player's going to be down on tools like they did against Unai Emery. I don't want that. I want the board to assume its responsibility and do what they think is right. At least some good news. Apparently, William is going to rip up this contract, walking away from Arsenal and leaving 20 million on the table. Yes, yeah, I said that, didn't I? Mo says Arteta had 2 goalkeepers on the bench versus I'm not sure why. Arteta go now, says Mohammed. Guys, remember, keep it clean. Otherwise, the moderators, they know their jobs. If they deem you to be using silly language, so keep it clean, people. Keep it clean. Who else do we have here? Edison was trying to help you. He was leaving the box the whole game, but it didn't help, did it? We still couldn't score a goal. We still, even then, we couldn't score a goal. We have to brace ourselves for a galloping season. Nothing much will change, even if Arteta is sacked. We got it all wrong when Edu and Arteta decided to go for backup players instead of household names. Well, I don't even think we should have gone for household names. We should have gone for the profile, like I've been saying for the longest time. Players, no matter the cause, no matter the situation, rather, is that they're going to fight and they're going to run. The problem with these players, they're not going to be doing that, and they don't play together like a team. It's like, I don't know. Do they really enjoy playing together? I don't think they do. Show me your basics. Show me your basic skill sets. The ones that tells me that you've got passion. Yeah, you've got fight in you. A lot of these players who played yesterday don't have those 2 basics. They don't have it. Absolutely terrible. Abject. Charles says, pretending to be a philosopher where in actual sense he knows nothing about what to do. Arteta must go. Sack this pretending little peep pep. Arteta must leave this club, says Stephen. Bismal, 9%. I thought it was less than that. I thought it was like 5%. Pesci, good morning to you. Well done, Mikel Arteta, for his Univision process to take Arsenal from the European League final to the bottom of the EPL. Xhaka for playing his real personality yesterday, and Kroenke for trusting Edu and Mikel Arteta. Again, like I said, that photo there that I had there showing where Arteta's about to tap Xhaka on the back, for me, did it for me. Not the loss, not the fact that the players showed no passion and fight, not that there, not the red card, the image of Arteta tapping Granit Xhaka. Oh dear. Oh, I'm very sorry, Granit, that you got sent off. For me, epitomizes everything that is wrong at Arsenal. You should be lambasting him, or better still, don't maintain any eye contact with him. He just needs to walk off. Let him walk off, and then you deal with him. in the dressing room. You deal with him there. But to me, that image there, for me, really got me angry. What are you doing, Mikel Arteta? The guy has just been sent off. We're down to 10 men. I mean, that was, for me, that wasn't the turning point. That wasn't the turning point because we're always going to lose the game against Man City. The game was already done and dusted before Xhaka got sent off. But looking at that little clip there shows me everything that is wrong at Arsenal. Period. And you can't argue with that. Why? The stats don't lie. Where are we? Propping up the bottom of the table. If Arteta was to get the call now from the board, he can have no complaints. No complaints. So all this stuff in his press conference that even I didn't listen to, I've seen some small snippets of where he's saying we have to look ourselves in the mirror. Mikel Arteta, you need to look in the mirror. Look yourself in the mirror. If you're trying to press the self-destruct button because you realize yourself in actually, I want to be sacked. Again, I'm just making an assumption here. Just walk away from the job. Walk away from the job. What baffles me, how he utilizes Aubameyang. Well, what baffles me is everything. Xhaka shouldn't be playing for Arsenal. I'm tired. Yeah, me too. Me too, Obina. Ruben says, please buy Bissouma from Brighton. Bissouma will not be coming to Arsenal. Jurgen Klopp and his merry men, they're already sniffing around Ibis Bissouma. It's most likely that he'll be going to Liverpool, not to the disaster, which is Arsenal. So and even if we could buy Bissouma, you think Bissouma is going to stop the rot? I tell you what, we need maybe 6 players, 5 to 6 players. But we haven't sold anyone yet. Haven't sold anyone. Well, apart from Lucas. Well, actually, Lucas Ray is on loan. Arteta's making those guys lose the hunger they got for the game. Why loan Guendouzi and Saliba? Good morning, Russell. We should be calling for Stan to go instead of Arteta because even if Arteta goes, Stan, we get another manager who's not good enough and you will complain again. Well, the players have got to go as well. The majority of the players have to go as well. The moment he gave the red card, Xhaka an extension, I knew Arteta has no clue. The thing is with Xhaka he knew it was going to be a red card. Whether it's through frustration or foolhardiness, you know Xhaka has that in his game. But then why would you give him a 1-year contract extension? Birds of a feather flock together. And that's all I'm going to say. Those of you know what I'm talking about. Birds of a feather flock together. Well done, Mikel Arteta. Well, you've said that already, so I don't want you spamming the live chat, please, Pesci. Kroenke, Arteta, and Edu should leave the club, says Laban. We are tired of the losses. Andy King, good morning. I hope someone in our management board will finally realise that our club Arsenal as a brand is much, much bigger than Mikel Arteta. Good morning, Alistair. I hope you're well. Man City epic slapping, the defence was lost. Well, I think our problem started from the team selection, Alistair. And our club is not a laboratory experiment. Our fans didn't deserve this humiliation. But Andy, you can't tell me that we were going to beat Man City. For me, that was a done deal. We were going to go there and we were going to lose. We were going to lose, but it was the manner. The manner. If we had gone down, if we had lost, and then we lost Granit Xhaka, but we went down fighting, then I'll say, okay, all right, fair enough. You know, I can applaud the team for sticking together and showing some fight, but there was no fight. There was no direction, no passion. This is what you get with this club, and especially even more when you're choosing players who don't deserve to be at Arsenal. Choosing players who are on the verge, who've been loaned out, and then you're recalling those players. This is what happens when you don't keep the players in the first team. Mohamed El Neni, Albert Samuel Lokonga, Mali. It's just strange for me. Really, really strange. Gabby says Arteta has to look himself in the mirror. And I've just said that. He says in his press conference that we have to look ourselves in the mirror. No, Arteta. You have to look yourself in the mirror. Because you are the catalyst for this now. I understand about the players. The players have to assume responsibility. But you yourself need to look yourself in the mirror. Roberto, good morning. Klasic was not the worst player, but I agree with what you are saying. I know he wasn't the worst player, but again, you read between the lines, okay? Read between the lines. One player who did what he did there in the Crystal Palace game, top, the armband, never said sorry. The other player who got loaned out, his form is terrible. We're on the verge that we've tried to sell him. We've tried to sell him, but you bring the first player back. He was captain in the last game. The other player, you bring him back. What are you expecting? What kind of message are you trying to send out? But I understand what you're saying. He wasn't the worst player. I understand that. But he shouldn't have been playing anyway. Shouldn't have been playing anyway. They should not have been playing. They should not be at Arsenal. Again, you pays your money, you takes your pick. If you've chosen that, you must assume responsibility for the outcome. We deserve better as Arsenal fans. Of course we deserve better, Russell. Of course we do. It's obvious this club is bigger. It's obvious this club is bigger than Arteta. Arsenal fans were warned, be careful what you wish for. I remember those words. I know what you're alluding to, but the thing is, no person can stay at Arsenal forever. Everyone has their, expiration date. And the only thing I would say is that because Arsene Wenger wanted to leave after we beat Hull in the FA Cup, but they didn't have a replacement in place. That was a silly thing there to do. But you can't expect Arsene Wenger to be at Arsenal forever. But the board should have prepared a good replacement for him. But they weren't prepared, were they? Before I opened this video, I saw breaking news and I was thinking, Shaka, seriously, I still see Arteta as a manager. Well, it's along the lines of breaking news in the news. William, probably you didn't know about William. He's now ripped up his contract. Yeah, Jack Wilshere. Again, it's not only about Arteta, but it seems the news will be dominated by Mikel Arteta and the decisions, the strange decisions that he makes. Why is Arteta still here? I don't know. We need to ask the board. I said last, if A is the Arsenal, we will fight relegation, 3 games, 0 points from 9 goals taken, and Viva Mikel Arteta, and they do Ola Kroenke's family. Okay, I'm not sure I understand what you mean by that. I'm sure if Arteta is sacked, the situation will change a bit. But unfortunately, our leaders, they like to see Arsenal in the situation so much they will keep Arteta, so it does more damage. It's like this crap manager is the best thing that ever happened to the Arsenal. Scratch him, yeah. Laban says Arsenal coaching staff should all leave the club and their boss Kroenke too. Oops. Arteta's technically naive. In these games, you can't play Emerson Rowe and Odegaard at the same time, especially with 10 men. City set up triangles. Those triangles are triangles, circles, redondas, all kinds of shapes around our players there. Yeah, it's just absolutely terrible. Terrible. And Alistair, think just very, very quickly, that's why I said, to me, it's just like Arteta is just fixated with a plan A. And this plan A doesn't work. And he's the last one to realize, actually, Arteta, it doesn't work. What's your plan B, Arteta? What's your plan C? What's your plan D? In the eventuality, if we go 2 goals down, in the eventuality we lose 1 man, we're down to 10 men, what is your plan B? Have you prepared the players for your plan B, your plan C, your plan D? No, you haven't. Otherwise, we wouldn't be bottom of the table, propping up the bottom of the Premier League, the first time in our history. I remember the days when we beat Liverpool and when we were down to 10 men. Now we get slaughtered even with 11. Yeah, it doesn't seem to matter, does it, whether we've got 10 or 11 men. Will come. The time will come. Will be. Yes, Robbie is disappointing. Robbie, but if you turn the table upside down, we're top. I'm not impressed by Partey either. Exactly, he wouldn't make it. He wouldn't make much of a difference in the game yesterday. Since Partey has joined the club, this waste manager always has him injured all the time. Steve Rawlinson says, come on, use. Yeah, all right. Okay, thank you for that. Ashton Arman says, Fisher Price, first manager's job. I'm just waiting for Arteta to get sacked. Welcome to all 210 of you lovely gooners on this very bad day to Cannon Foy TV. Despite these bad days at Arsenal, please smash that like button and subscribe to Cannon Foy TV. Well, I've got my work cut out, actually, it says here 455 are watching live and direct on Cannon Foy TV. Guys, I do appreciate this, but it's unfortunate that the numbers have gone up because of the result yesterday. And the manager, who's obviously, we know he's inexperienced, but I wouldn't like to be in his head. I'm just thinking, Mikel Arteta, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? And I'm looking at, again, when Granit Xhaka has got the red card, he's looking up, he knows the red card's coming, and then they go to Steve Round, he's number 2, who's talking, remonstrating with Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta's looking at the little screen, saying, look. Anyway, let's go on, man. Let's go on. But it's a shame that the numbers have gone up, because on a day that Arsenal literally were crushed by Man City. But you guys, you cannot tell me that you were not surprised by this. This was coming. This was on the cards. But there was no fight from Arsenal. No plan B. Okay, we've lost to 10 men. Remember what we trained for? We're going to sit in a low block, or we're going to do this. Remember, this is what we trained for? There was none of that. The team was fractured. They didn't know what they had to do. Didn't know what they had to do. Yeah, now, sorry for Jack Wilshere. Yes, I feel sorry for him. But again, when the players reach that age or that point, can they look back and say, you know, I did my best? Whether you played for them or down the road or Arsenal, whatever club, will you be able to look back in your career and say, yeah, I did my best? You live consciously that I did my best. My career's come to an end. And Jack Wilshere says that he regrets leaving Arsenal. Imagine that. He said he regretted leaving. He wished he had taken a moment after getting angry, leaving the meeting with Unai Emery. He'd wish he had taken a moment, a week or a month, just to reflect before giving a decision. How many of these players now play for Arsenal can actually say, I'm giving my best for Arsenal? So forget about the money. I'm willing to fight to the death for the club, for the badge of Arsenal. And if I'm going to say to you, there's only maybe 3 players, 4 players, it's 4 too little. 4 players too little who are willing to fight for the badge of Arsenal. Levan J says, good morning, Alex. What a shambles of a performance that was yesterday. Absolute shambles. But, you know, Levan, welcome back. I didn't see the first 10, 15 minutes. And before I hear it on the radio, because I had problems trying to find the stream, 2-0 down. I was thinking, wow, okay. All right. Should I really be watching this? I thought, no, I'll watch it. I'll watch it. And yeah. But again, I knew we were going to lose. That didn't make me angry, the fact that I knew Arsenal were going to lose. The fact that Xhaka got a red card, that didn't make me angry. What made me angry was seeing Mikel Arteta tapping, consoling Granit Xhaka as he walked off. I was thinking, first and foremost, you don't need to be going to the player. The player's been sent off, and it was a clear red card. Secondly, you deal with him when the game's over. That sends the wrong message, Mikel Arteta. The wrong message. Why are you tapping the guy on the backside for? Sends the wrong message. That, for me, that was the feather that broke the camel's back, or the straw, or whatever it is. Thinking, no, Arteta. Boy, I tell you what, Arteta, you are learning a hard lesson, man. Not only about managing, but your man-managing skills. Just lacking all over the place. Well, I could talk about William Saliba, but I'm not going to. You know, we can talk about why we're buying like the likes of Willian, who's now leaving Arsenal. We could talk about, you know, you not keeping the same 11, you know, back-to-back games. The selection is just so strange. No passes of play, no passion. The fact that we spent £129 million buying a defender for £50 million. I could talk about all that, but I'm not going to. So you've learned a tough lesson, and it's been all of your own doing. All of your own doing, Mikel Arteta. I'll tell you something. I think after yesterday's nightmare, I think Jack is better than half the players that we have now. Ashley, just listen to him talk. I thought, yes, yeah. And you're right. He is better than half of these players. But would Arsenal be willing to take a punt on him, knowing fully well that his history of, you know, being injured? Would they take a punt? Would they take a chance of signing Jack Wilshere, even if it meant like just a one year contract? God, my goodness. Ross Morgan, good morning, good afternoon. It's just 10 minutes after 12. Yeah, Jack Wilshere, my guy. God, dear me. David, whoops. Sorry. What have I done here? Oh my goodness, I've lost my point of reference. Yeah, guys, you know, again, thank you for the numbers, but it's a shame because I see the numbers. It's probably been one of the highest since last year when the pandemic, you know, hit the UK, and I was going live almost every single day, and people were telling me all different stories, heartbreaking stories. But yeah, it's unfortunate it's had to come at this point where Arsenal, 3 games in, 9 goals, you know, conceded, not 1 goal scored. Something has to give. Something will give. Guys, I'm very, very sorry. I'm not sure because there's been so many comments on the live chat. Oh my goodness. Right, I can't find my point of reference, people. Right, sorry about this, people. Right, so whilst I'm trying to find my point there, yeah, we've just been talking about the game yesterday. And again, I said, don't get it twisted. Just because we beat West Bromwich Albion, and I couldn't really care less whether it was like the under 12s or, you know, the over 60s, the Albion team there. Arsenal, the players, they needed to go into the Man City game with confidence. And I was thinking, and I did put a question out. Would you have liked to have seen the same 11 that started against West Bromwich Albion? Me personally, yeah, I would have, but it didn't happen. He tinkered, he changed. Granit Xhaka played, Kolasinac played. No Albert Samuel Lokonga. What's going on? What's going on? My goodness. All right, so I can't get back to my point, so I'm going to have to. Shaka has done everything possible to get sold, and we refuse to sell him. Thrown the badge, thrown the shirt, swore at the fans, mistake after mistake, red card, and we go and give him a new contract, a year contract extension. Okay, my other moderator, Monty, I hope you're doing well, man. God damn. Welcome on out to Camp for the family. Yeah. Not so good, man. Not so good. We have lost the winning mentality. We lost it a while ago. And Lenny 123, sorry, Lenny at 213 says, "Bring back Jack." Would you guys like Jack to come back? Conte should be the next manager. Arteta does have the quality to take Arsenal to titles, winning contenders. All I want to hear is that these bunch of losers is sacked, and now we know that Emery is 1000% better than Arteta. It's funny, I tried to say that to a lot of people, and people just laughing at me, thinking, Alex, you don't know what you're talking about. You know, he's got to go. I was thinking, no, he doesn't have to go. You have to assume literally there's 3 outcomes. You can win, you can lose, and that is the nature of the game. But no, people say, oh, no, Emery has to be sacked. Nah, no. Akinwena, good morning to you, my brother. Still need to talk, man. We've got to talk about, you know, you still haven't sent me an email, have you? Haven't sent me an email. Arteta, please go and leave us alone in peace. Good morning, Alex. I send you an email. All right, okay. Okay, my brother. Okay, thank you for that. Chris, help us out, man. Help us. Can you lend us a player or 2 or 3 or 4? Come here for Van Dijk as well. I'm a Liverpool fan, but I think it's sad to see the decline of Arsenal. It seems from the outside that the squad composition is all wrong. Exciting youth, not much experience and guidance from for them. Chris, yeah. And an owner who doesn't really care. He doesn't have like a vested interest apart from a monetary interest in the Arsenal entity. We have to say, being a Spurs fan, this is the worst I've ever seen Arsenal in my whole lifetime, says S. Vince. For me too. I've never seen Arsenal in this situation before in my life. Well, actually, since supporting Arsenal. Mid-70s, man. Mid-70s. But thank you for coming, my brother. And then 213 says, the problem is with no soul in the team anymore. All the real Arsenal boys are gone. Ramo, Jack, etc. No heart in our squad now. Yeah. You know what, Lenny? I know you guys are sick and tired of me talking about, you know, about the 89 documentary. But for me, it's the link, isn't it? When I say about the link, it's like the changing of the guards. You know, when you're handing on the culture also to the youth players. And Lee Dixon, when he says that, I can't remember which game it was. I think it was the North London derby. And he was saying that he's there, you know, putting his jersey on and like doing up his boots. But all the while he can see, I think Steve Bold and Tony Adams and the other guys watching him. He's thinking, what's going on here? Have I got bogey in my nose? What is it? And before he knows it, they've got him up against the wall. And they say to him, look, you're a Northerner. You know, you don't understand about North London. This is what it means, all right? We expect you to give 110%. We're in it to win it. And that is what has been lost. Can you imagine these players doing that? Are there anyone in any player in the squad doing that? Pass it down from player to player. This is what it means to play for Arsenal. Blood, sweat, tears. Fight for the badge. There is no one doing that. I know it is. There's no player doing that. That has long since gone. Managers will come, players will come, players will go, but that mentality has long since gone. There is no one holding up a player. There is no player holding up Obama and saying, look, I don't care that you are the captain, the manager gave you the armband, but do you understand what it means to play for Arsenal? You don't? Well, we're going to tell you. This is what it means to play for Arsenal. There is no one holding up Granit Xhaka and saying, oi, mate, right, you behave yourself, all right? We're the Arsenal. Okay, this is what it means to play for Arsenal. All right, there's no one doing that. They're all softies there, all soft. That mentality is long since gone. And I've not joked about this before, but you know what? If they were to call me and say, Alex, you know what? This is Arsenal, by the way. We've seen you talk on Cannon 4 TV. How would you feel about coming to coach some of these guys? I think, I'll be there. I'll be there like a shot. I'll bring maybe, Martin Keown with me, Lee Dixon, Sol Campbell. I'll be there like a shot, man, because, like I said, I've been supporting Arsenal. I know there's been people who've been supporting Arsenal longer than me. I understand that. But that culture, Arsenal, needs to change. It's got to change. And like I said, we have not reached rock bottom yet. I know we are bottom of the league. But things have to get a lot worse before they can get better. I don't want it for Arsenal. But if it means this has to happen for things to change, then so be it. So be it. We've got to change. Got to change. Anyway, just can wrap this up in the next maybe 10, 15 minutes. What's the problem with our club, Arsenal? I want to know. Well, Abdul, again, whatever comes into your mind. If you think it's the manager, then it's the manager. If you think it's the board, then it's the board. If you think it's the players, then it's the players. It's literally everything. Everything is wrong at Arsenal. Guys that should not even be at the club anymore. Like I just said, Key, whether he was one of the best defenders or not, he should not be at the club. There has to be consequences. Has to be consequences. And it's from whether the player has shown us over 2 seasons that he's not an Arsenal standard, you sell the player. Whether the player, for disciplinary reasons, bench the player, drop him. Whether the player has lost form, you drop the player. There has to be a consequence. You cannot arrive at a club and be foolhardy and think, I'm here now. I'm the big honcho. Doesn't matter to me. These players, I'll give them a clean slate. Doesn't matter what they did under, Arsene Wenger towards the end of his reign. Doesn't matter what they did under Unai Emery. Doesn't matter what they did when Freddie Ljungberg was here. With me, they get a clean slate. Not with me. The footballing world is a small world. There's no excuse not to know what these players have been doing. I tell you what, it calls for a George Graham part 2 here. George Graham 2.0 would have cleared out the majority of these players. No questions, no answers. You're gone, you're gone, you're gone. However, you guys, prove to me the next 4 weeks that you should remain at Arsenal. Prove to me. This is what it calls for now. And I know a lot of you want Antonio Conte, but would Conte want to work under the Cronkies? Would he care about who the owners are? He'd want to know for sure whether Arsenal are ambitious or not. Because why would you want to come to a club that's not ambitious? But I think for now, Conte was probably that type manager that we need at Arsenal. Clear out all this rubbish. Clear all the rubbish out and just start a new chapter and get back to the old grit of Arsenal. 1-0 to the Arsenal. 1-0. You remember that chant? I'll take that any day. Horrible football, but you know what? We get the win because a win is a win. Strong, tough mentality. Oh my goodness. Those days, guys, are gone. They are gone. And I know I'm banging on about things have to get a lot worse before they can get better. We've not reached rock bottom yet because things are not about to change anytime soon. The head of a fish will rot the body. So things have to change from the top. I understand that, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. And you would have hoped a manager would have some kind of, now survive and think, okay, well, you know what? I've seen what's happened, but we haven't seen that. We haven't seen that. Well, I'm going to pick and choose because, again, guys, I need to be ending in the next 5 minutes. Been running for 1 hour and 10 minutes on the dot now. Gideon says, what baffles me is how Arsenal played without passion, urgency, and intent. Mike Arteta chose Kolasinac over Saliba and Pablo Mari. It's time for him to go. Well, he didn't choose Kolasinac over Saliba. He chose Ben White over Saliba. That's the way I saw it anyway. Ren Stewart says Arteta should never have been given a job in the first place. And also, I think, you know, he came in as the coach, and then they changed his title to manager. Where's Ben White? Ben White suffering from effects of COVID. He's asymptomatic, but he has contracted on COVID. With all due respect, Elneny has been trying, as are all the players. The head is rotten through, and when the head is rotten, you know, Corey. Maybe let's wait until we play Norwich City so that we know if we can win a single match this season. If we lose to Norwich, it means we cannot win any team or beat any team. The thing is, well, sorry, I'm going to try and pronounce your name, is that it's not even this season. You have to look back what happened to last season. There's a history there already. There's a history there already. Arsenal are the worst. This is the worst season. The worst start to a season. Check out our merchandise in the description box and make a purchase if you're able to do so. You can also use the super chat button as well. Yeah, we haven't had any super chats, so yeah. I agree with you about first team players. Mane was supposed to command our defense. Yeah, just because it got chewed up by Lukaku. Lukaku doesn't play against Mane every single game. And again, you're damaging the player's confidence. Play him every single game until maybe he loses form. But where was Pablo Mane? No consistency. T says, why are London fan base protecting Arteta? I'm so confused. The problem is the fan base is divided. There are people who want Arteta to be given time. There are ones who are saying, oh, it's enough for Arteta. The fan base is divided. And we have been divided even before Arteta arrived at Arsenal. Ash says, Cannon, do you still trust the process? Well, I've been figuring out what is the process? What is the process? What I can say is that there's been no improvement. There's been no improvement. How do I know that? We'll lie bottom. We'll lie bottom of the Premier League. But what is the process? I don't know what the process has been. Conte can come in and win the EPL with Arsenal anytime. But George, he'll still have to get rid of some players. He'll still have to get rid of the players. Oh, that's a nice handle. One Touch TV. Nice one, man. Nice one. Arteta, we want to see other people. This relationship isn't working. There is others that can make us happy. Tenhan, Conte, George Lowe, even Zidane. For goodness sakes, to be honest, anyone with a managerial experience. Touch TV. One Touch. I like that handle there, man. Nice one, brother. A sack right now would give you imagine a break to do fixtures. With Norwich as the next game, it would boost the players' confidence having the first win under a new manager. Well, you know what I've got to say, Riku? When you get a new manager that comes in, you get that instant reaction from the players, and then the players they revert to default. Then they start just to not want to care anymore. And that's what I'm saying with these players. You got to get rid of the players. Have to get rid of the players. Monty says 388 goodness here. Let's aim for 300 likes, people. Arsenal should not have appointed Arteta because he was Pep's assistant, but not only for that reason. I would say because he doesn't have any managerial experience, and so you cannot be surprised when you've got a rookie person managing still one of the top clubs in the country. This is what will happen. This is what happens. I think Arteta needs like 3 years to build his coaching skills. Otherwise, that Arsenal boss splash money to buy quality players and a top coach as well. And again, I can see the general consensus is Arteta out. Arteta out. Just for a few more before I wrap up this one, I'll go for Anthony D. Scissors, my brother. Says, blessed good morning, Alex. The process is done, my brother. It's done. But what was the process? What was the process in the first place? I don't know. I don't know what's the process. But Mac, I understand that, but you're starting to spam the live chat. If you continue doing that, I'm going to put you out. I'm going to time out. Yeah? So it's your first warning. If I see any more, all right. Okay, I'm going to put you on a timeout. I'm sorry, my friend. Tapas Lego Brewers. Has the clown been sacked yet? Not as far as I'm aware. I haven't seen anything like that. Julius Wallace says, can understand we sell our best keeper to Villa and then spend 25 million on the next second string keeper. Makes no sense. Just can't see through this. Those R says, I honestly believe Arteta is a good manager, but he is not the right one for Arsenal. Someone who was it? Was it Graham Souness said that when you look at the squad, it looks like it's waiting for another manager to take it on. I was thinking, right, all right, okay. All right, somebody else is spamming again. If you keep spamming the live chat, I will need to put you on a timeout. Question, Alex, is the board hiding behind Arteta or is Arteta hiding behind the board? I think the board are hiding behind Arteta. Or it could be a substance of both. It's both of those things happening there. Arteta thought he could win the EPL. It's just like Pep last season, but it didn't work out. Spent a lot of money for nothing. Hey, oh my brother, well, it's been a long time you've been in a live chat, man. Oh, you're not happy now, isn't it? A lot of us not happy. Good morning, Alex. The board are run by a spineless bunch of capitalist clowns. No ambition, just money grabbers. For me, our manager. Add all of them to the list. Okay, all right. But good to see you in the live chat. It's been a while, man. I hope you're keeping well. Just a few more. Arteta deflecting blame off the true problem owners. Only brought club out of sheer greed. That's why we're in this mess. All in Arsenal, clueless, no ambition, no leadership, all novices. Good to see you back at SA Chan. Okay, guys, I'm picking and choosing now because there's been so many. Who was going to choose there? Probably choose this. Rob J. I'm a Hammers. My boy is a gooner. I think he was about 3 when I dropped him on his head. This is hard to say, but my football heart goes out to you guys. They look like schoolboys against men. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But thank you for that, Rob J, man. Thank you for that. I'm going to pick and choose. I need to come to an end on this one. What about getting Henry? Henry to do what, Brooklyn? To do what? Not to manage. I don't want to see any of the Invincibles coming to manage Arsenal. No, sorry. Right, nice one. Keep the chat clean and respectful, please. Otherwise, the moderators will put in a timeout. Better still, they'll block you. And once you're blocked, there's no coming back. Because if you're blocked, you'll be blocked forever. And forever is a long time. Let's have a look. I think we're gonna probably call it quits. Again, it's just all the same, really. To be honest, we have no real captain. Yep. Even though just listen to another podcast, they're saying that Alba has said, I think after the game interview, he said that he's gonna have a meeting with the players. I think they're gonna have a meeting with the players to say what? I don't know, man. I just don't know. Best thing that's happened to me this week was not watch the matches. Carlito Erguna. I've never seen a club so dysfunctional as Arsenal is right now. Dear guys, you know what? I'm gonna call it quits. Yeah, running for an hour and 20 minutes. Hour and 20 minutes too long. That's the way I see it. Yeah, guys, I'm just so sorry. I can see the numbers have just been, so high, probably the highest since last year when I started, when the pandemic started. It's unfortunate. I'd far rather the numbers be high when we are winning, but we haven't won any games apart from West Bromwich Albion. I didn't do a post-game reaction for that. I'm not doing any post-game reactions on the day. I'll probably do, something or talk about the game after the day after. But I'm very, very sorry. But I don't know what to say. I'm not sure what to say. Apart from, I just hope. But hope can be a killer, can't it? Hope can be an absolute killer. We go into the international break. I'm not sure whether the break is going to do us any good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it will bring, but let's just wait and see what happens. Our next game is going to be against Norwich City on September the 11th, and I'm already thinking, oh my goodness. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, guys, thank you for spending the hour and 22 minutes with me. It's been a little bit of a rant. Yeah, a rant, an opportunity for you guys to say what you had in your hearts. And it was also good to see a lot of other fans from other clubs come into a live chat, keeping it clean and actually saying that this is the worst that they have seen Arsenal be in. And it is the truth, Ruth. Yeah. Bottom of the league. The first time that I've seen that, in me supporting Arsenal since 1976. What would my dad be thinking now? Again, probably like aiming the can of beer at my head. God damn. Oh dear. Anyway, guys. Anyway. Like it says, subscribe. Please subscribe to become part of the community over here. Help us grow. I think we're making our way very, very quickly to now 15,000. Thank you to my moderators. I think they found it a little bit tough. There's some people being really, really silly in a live chat, and I think they probably blocked some people. They probably put some people on timeout. I know I put maybe 5 people on timeout because of the silly comments in the live chat. And yes, that is it. So you will see me tomorrow. Tomorrow is bank holiday. Well, should I come back tomorrow? I don't know, man. We'll have to wait and see. But one of the things for sure is we're not in a good situation. We're not in a good situation. And it's out of our hands because we don't protest like we should. We continue buying the merchandise. And I know my wife is on the other side saying, "Got to finish it." And I'm about to finish it up now. So guys, again, just make sure you subscribe to Cannon Fodder TV. Hit the bell notification button so you can receive all the latest and greatest news right here on this wonderful channel of ours. And you have been listening and watching Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world.